Community, welcome to Daily Vocab and Grammar Part 21. I'm Pranshul Gautam, your VARC mentor, and I'm back with your daily dose of vocabulary. So, yesterday, before winding up the session, I had given a question. So, I would be obliged if you could discuss your answers with me in the chat box. So, I had asked you to take the screenshot of the same. Let me just. This was the question. So in the following question, out of the alternatives, select the word which is most opposite in meaning to the given word or phrase. Attenuate: A, weaken; B, worsen; C, amiable; and D, buttress. We're waiting for more students to join in. Hi Shantanu. Hi Kriya. Okay, so Kriya says it has to be amiable. Well, to attenuate means to reduce. Okay, so weaken and worsen both mean to reduce, both give the sense of reduce. Amiable means friendly, okay, and buttress means support. The answer is D, buttress. The reason being, weaken and worsen, they are same, they are the synonyms of attenuate, right? Amiable is friendly. Buttress is, it has a slight negative connotation. Buttress means strong support. Okay, so it is the most inappropriate word here, and that is why I would go for D, buttress. Yes. Anyways, let's start off with the session. Given below are a few commonly used foreign language phrases. So again, today I have brought some foreign expressions, some one word substitutions, and the analogies. Okay, so you can notice that every day I'm bringing questions on analogies, because questions on analogies are asked periodically in both IIFT and ZAT. And a question on foreign expression is always being asked in IIFT. Okay, exempli gratia or exempli gratia. A, give a payment; B, compensate for a loss; C, for example; and D, for the benefit of. A, give a payment; B, compensate for a loss; C, for example; and D, for the benefit. Good evening, Tush. All right. Mark your answers now. Exempli gratia. I think it's a very easy question if you ask me. The answer is quite evident in the question itself. Give a payment, compensate for a loss. For example, okay, and for the benefit of. Good evening, Shubham. Well, let's see. Right, so most of you got it correct. It's C, for example. Example gratia or example gratia is the expanded form of EG. We write now for EG. So for example, so EG is the abbreviation for exempli gratia. Exempli gratia. Very well. Next question. So the second foreign expression of the day, quid pro quo. Quid pro quo. A, an exchange; B, a compensation, C, as per requirements, and D, in principle. Quid pro quo, an exchange, a compensation, as per requirements, or in principle. This is bit difficult. All right, without wasting much time, let's take the answers. Quid pro quo. Quo. All right. Okay. So people are confused, and I expected people to get confused because this is not a regular term. Quid pro quo means barter or exchange. So the answer is A, an exchange. Uh, in the Nazi Germany, so it reminds me of this movie. I don't know whether you have seen it or not. The Schindler's List, one of the most amazing movies of 20th century. So if you watch this movie, you would get to know that in Nazi Germany, the Jews, they were not allowed to earn money. They were not allowed to have anything in possession, be it property or money. So they would survive by exchanging the goods. So we can say that in Nazi Germany, the Jews used to live by quid pro quo. The Jews used to live by quid pro quo. You can watch this movie if you want. Anyway, third question. These questions come in CMAT. No, I mean, as such, they haven't defined the syllabus, but foreign expressions, the questions on foreign expressions are mostly asked in IIFT. And in IIFT, which is so vocabulary intensive, every question holds importance. Okay, each and every question holds importance. So you should be thorough with such foreign words as well. Ruffle is to equanimity. We have done both of these words, ruffle and equanimity. A. Bewilderment is to confusion. B. Disturb is to balance. C. Interest is to astound. D. Flounce is to turmoil. Bewilderment. Bewilderment is to confusion. B. Disturb is to balance. C. Interest is to astound. D. Flounce is to turmoil. So you have to go for an option which depicts the similar relationship. Ashish, is you are, yeah, you, it is B. I mean, it's very simple. I don't mind giving the hint. But it could be some other option too. What about flounce and turmoil? I mean, D could be correct. Even A has some relationship. Okay, let's see. Most of you got it correct. The answer is B. How do I explain it? Okay, to ruffle means to unsettle, right? To undo, to unsettle, to disturb, basically. And equanimity means calm, balance, or level-headedness or calmness, right? So the relationship between A and B is A undoes B, right? So A undoes B. A is a counter to B. Ruffle is a counter to equanimity, right? So the answer is B. Disturb can be used to undo balance, right? Disturb or disturbing can be used to undo the balance. So that is why B is the correct answer. A, bewilderment is to confusion. Both are synonyms, do not make any sense. C, interest is to astound. Interest means interest. Astound means surprised, bewildered. D, flounce is to turmoil. Turmoil means a very bad situation, a very pathetic situation. Flounce means rapid movements which are made by someone who is very angry, who is very agitated, or to move or to make movements in a very agitated or angry manner. That is the meaning of flounce. Okay. Fourth question. Mutter is to indistinct. A, define is to easy. B, blunder is to polished. C, articulate is to well spoken. And D, expedite is to completed. And you have to go for an option which shows the similar relationship. So it's 8:14 and we are on fourth question. Again, let's try to finish this whole thing within 30 minutes. Mutter is to indistinct. Define is to easy. Blunder is to polished. Articulate is to well spoken. And expedite is to completed. All right, mark your answers now. Not sure, but I think it's C. Okay. In at some of the places, in place of mutter, they have mentioned mumble. Both mutter and mumble mean the same. Okay, again, most of you got it correct. The answer is C. Very good performance. Mutter or mumble means to speak something indistinct, something which cannot be understood. Okay. Define is to easy, does not make any sense. Blunder is to polished. When something is blunder, when you have done some blunder, it can't be polished. Expedite is to complete it. To expedite means to speed up the process. To expedite means to speed up the process, but it does not mean to complete the process. It just means that you are precipitating or speeding up the process. Completed is completed, so again does not make any sense. When you are articulate, you speak your sentences well. You imply your meaning well. In other words, you are eloquent. Okay, so C is the answer. Next question. Yes, Sumit, you got it correct. The answer is C. Okay, in the following question, out of the five alternatives, select the word similar in meaning to the given word. Person who know, one word substitution basically. Person who know or can speak many languages. A, polyglot. B, portable. C, plebiscite. And D, paramour. Polyglot, portable, plebiscite, paramour. Yeah, this is simple. Or maybe this is not simple. Sometimes I do keep the questions simple with the motive that I have to explain you the meanings of remaining three words. But we have discussed this word polyglot before. I have discussed it umpteenth number of times. So that is why we are in a position. I mean, we have discussed these words. Our hard work is paying off. So that is what I told you in the beginning. If you come daily, you would find that some words are getting repeated. So that is your hard work, that you are able to spot the word and you are able to solve the question. All right, most of you got it correct. It's polyglot, someone who can speak many languages. Let me give you an example. There's a movie by Quentin Tarantino, Inglorious Bastards, and there is a character in that movie played by Christopher Waltz. So Christopher Waltz is a polyglot. He can speak French, he can speak German, and he can speak English. In real life, I'm telling you, he can speak these 3-4 languages fluently. So he's a polyglot. B. Potable. Potable water is safe for drinking. C. Plebiscite. Plebiscite is derived from a word plebeians. Plebeians is taken from Roman history, and plebeians used to imply commoners, or we can say people belonging to lower class. Plebiscite means to take the vote of commoners. Plebiscite means to take vote. Plebiscite means to take vote. And paramour. Paramour means an illicit love relationship of a person who is married. A person who is having an illicit relationship outside of his marriage. All right. Poly, many. Is glot anywhere related to language? Yes, it is. Leaderboard. Yash Upadhyay got 50. Ashish, every day he's scoring most of the questions correct. Good. Kriya got 50. So three people have marked 5 and 5 correct. Then most of the people have got at least one correct, and most of the people are getting at least 4 and 3 questions correct. That's a good performance. Next question. Deserving blame for an offense or crime. A. Hedonist. B. Culpable. C. Misanthrope. Or D. Regicide. We have done all of these words. Let's see how well can you recall. All right. Hmm. Yes. Yes, most of you got it correct. It's culpable. Culpable is derived from the root culp. Culp means blame. There are two more words which are used to inculpate someone means to blame someone or to accuse someone. To exculpate someone is to make someone offense free or to make someone, to declare that someone is not guilty of any crime. So, inculpate and exculpate, both of these words use culp, which means blame. Hedonist. Hedonist means someone who lives a life full of pleasure, material comfort. He is the opposite of altruist. He would be completely opposite of a monk. He's not a monk. He likes to live a flashy lifestyle. He likes material comfort. Misanthrope is someone who hates people. Regicide means killing of the king. Killing of king. All right. Seventh question. So we are back with idioms. To have a jaundiced eye. A. To be prejudiced. B. To have an ailing eye. C. To have ill feeling for someone. And D. None of the above. The moment a question mentions none of the above, 90% of people feel like going for it. Hedonist, opposite of aesthetic? Yes. And to be more specific, glot means speaking, not exactly language. The root word for language which we use is lingua, Lingua. Polyglot means the ability to speak many languages. Okay, so glot is a word for speaking. All right, let's take the answers. uh, Ashish, at least give it a try. You never know. That's the problem with idioms. Either you know the answer or you don't. I knew that most of the people would go for C. The answer is A, to be prejudiced. To have a jaundiced eye means to be seeing someone in a prejudiced manner, in a biased manner, with some preconception, preconceived notions. Reminds me of something very interesting which I should be telling you people. Most of the MBA entrance exams, they carry negative mark. Okay, if you do not know the answer to a question, leave that question. Don't take it on your pride or on your ego that I have to mark this question. I mean, this is such an obvious statement. Like people say that, yeah, we know we have to leave the questions, but people don't leave the questions. So if you do not know the answer to a question, leave it. Just proceed further. Just go ahead and attempt the other questions. Okay. All right. Next question. That's semantics. We're talking about semantics, I believe. Okay. In the following question, there is a word given in the board which is followed by four options. I haven't kept the options five, I've kept the options four. In each of the options, a pair of words is given, which is either the pair of synonyms or antonyms or synonym and antonym of the word given in bold. Choose the pair as your answer. So we do this question every day. So again, for those people who have joined the session today, right? Uh, you have to go for an answer in which A and B are either the synonyms or the antonyms or the synonym or antonym of conquer. Conquer, not conquer. Conquer. A. Cavort is to embarrass. B. Gorge is to liquefy. C. Agree is to accord. D. Proceed is to proceed. Concur. All right. Hmm. Okay. Let's see. Most of you got it correct. This is again one of those questions. So, my motto of giving such questions is to train you into a skill, and that skill is sometimes do not go for the method of elimination. Sometimes just pick the correct answer because it's right there and it's quite evident. The answer is C, agree and accord. Conquer means to agree or agreement. Agree means to agree. Accord again means agreement or harmony. So these three words are synonyms. Okay. Cavort. Cavort or cavort means to jump excitedly, to jump and celebrate quite excitedly. Embarrass means embarrass. Gauge, it's an instrument which is used to measure something. As a verb, gauge is again used to imply that to measure something basically. That is the meaning of gauge. Liquefy means to make something liquid. Proceed. Proceed means that which comes before, and proceed means going ahead. Let me repeat all of these meanings. Cavort means to jump excitedly in excitement. Embarrass means embarrass. Gauge means to measure. Liquefy means to turn something into liquid. Proceed means that which comes before, and proceed means going ahead. Good evening, Priyanka. So the answer is C. Next question. Prudence. A. Imprudence is to position. B. Insanity is to stance. C. Rashness is to attitude. Here we go. And D. Frugality is to caution. We did this word prudence yesterday as well. With time, you would realize that there are certain words which are more important than other. Having said that, if you are able to remember the meanings of a certain, let's say 500,000, 1,500 words, you would be able to nail any exam. If you want to have an upper hand in any entrance exam, you should be having an active vocabulary of somewhere around 4,000 to 8,000 words. And this is pretty much doable. In 1 month, we have learned close to 250 words, right? Just by studying together for 30 minutes. So, see, it's pretty much doable. Within 10 months, you would be able to learn 2,500 most important words, right? Uh-oh, I think I just gave the answer by. I'm so sorry, the answer was written here all this while I didn't know. Anyway, I'm so sorry, Kriya. It's just there's some problem with my pen tab. I just clicked. We can anyway discuss the options, even though I've given the answer. All right. Since I gave you the answer, I really don't know what sense does it make to take the answers. Anyway, prudence means good judgment, or caution, right? Can be linked with these two words. Caution means caution, and frugal or frugality means to be cautious. Okay, when someone is frugal with money, he spends money quite cautiously. Okay, so these three words can be placed in the same neighborhood. In fact, in the same house, they are in a way exact synonyms. Imprudence, opposite of prudence, that means not having a good judgment. Position means position. Insanity means you're going crazy. Stance means the posture, right? Rashness and attitude. Attitude in itself is not a negative word. We do say that, he's having a lot of attitude or he's throwing a lot of attitude. That's not actually a correct sentence. Attitude is a manner, okay? Someone can have a good attitude, someone can have a bad attitude, but attitude in itself is a very neutral word. It means a manner or behaviorism. Okay, rashness to means to be rash, right? So the answer is D. Frugality is to caution. Okay, last question of the day, and I would make sure that I do not give you the answer even by mistake. Disavow. Disavow. A. Renounce is to pronounce. B. Vain is to disclaim. C. Agree is to disdain. And D. Repudiate is to accept. So it's 8:34 and we're almost there. Okay, let us take the answers. We are again late by 4 minutes. But we have improved a lot because the very first day we did 5 questions in 55 minutes. So going by those standards, we are doing very well. All right. Yes, the answer is D. Disavow means to deny, to refuse. So can be linked to option D. Repudiate means to deny or to refuse, and accept means to accept. So synonym and antonym relation. Okay. Agree means to agree. Disdain is a very, very negative word. It means to hate someone in a manner in which you believe that someone he's not as good as you are. Okay. It's a very strong negative word. Vain means characteristic or feature. Disclaim again means refuse, like the disclaimer we get in the beginning of the movie. Renounce means to leave things. If you renounce, or renunciation is the act of leaving things. Pronounce means to pronounce. Pronunciation, pronounce. So now let's see the leaderboard. Okay, for the first time ever, I have got 10 on 10 correct from a student, Yash Upadhyay. Congratulations, Yash, you are the first person who has scored 100 in this series. This is the 21st day of this series, and you are the first 100% scorer. Okay, then we have 90s and 80s and 70s and everyone, and 60s and 50s, and everyone got at least 2 correct. Most of the people are getting at least 5 and 6 correct, and this is a very good progress which we have made. So take a screenshot of this question. We would discuss this question tomorrow in the beginning. Don't give me the answer now, okay? I want you to think about this question and give me the answers tomorrow in the beginning. How can we learn these many word meanings? Because these words doesn't include a communication. So that to answer your question, do include these words in your communication. What you can do is, uh, every second or third day, write something, anything, right? Whatever words we are learning here, you could write these words down on a piece of paper and you can just keep on revising these words every day. So when you write something, maybe a story, fiction, maybe you're writing something in your diary, try to include those words. Okay, this way these words will become a part of your active vocabulary. That is how I practiced, and that is how I would want you to practice. Okay, so this is it for the day. Do you have any questions? If yes, please ask. To exempt someone from something means, if I'm giving a 45% tax exemption, it means 45% off. Okay, an exception means accept that thing. So with the only exception of Rahul, all the boys, they played very well, right? But you cannot say with the only exemption of Rahul. Exemption is a rebate or discount, or you don't include that. Exception is you take that unit out and throw it, maybe. Thank you, Shantanu. Thank you, Tush. All right. Uh, Anyone has any question he wants to ask, or should I end the session? Thank you, Sanju. One way to understand exemption and exception is, so when you are placing something under exception, when you are placing something under exception, 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 you mean to say that that unit is different from others. So it's like placing a blue ball in a box full of red balls. Okay, so that blue ball is the exception. It is not like others. When you exempt something, chances are that maybe that unit was quite similar to others, but you just don't include that. So having said that, if I say that with the only exception of Rahul, all the other boys played well, so Rahul is not similar to the remaining boys in the sense, because Rahul did not play well, but the other boys played well. Okay, exemption means you cut a certain piece of cloth out, you give a certain amount of discount. So it does not mean that the thing which you have exempted was not similar to the rest. Try to join the dots. Yes, there are some words I do agree with you which are not in dictionary, but you know, always check these three dictionaries: Lexico and Collins and the Cambridge one. Okay, if you're not getting, if you're not able to find any word in these three dictionaries,